Alright, here's a very simple, very popular EDM kind of technique for creating risers that kind of relate to your arrangement. So I've got this beat here. And I want to kind of create like an intro with a riser. So basically what I would do is I would bounce out the first beat, kind of like this here. Just bounce this out, record it to a new track basically if you're in another DAW. Then I could add reverb to it, like a load of reverb. And then bounce this out, just in place here. And then I can just take this bit after the hit, reverse it, and this is kind of my riser. So I can just use this to kind of lead into the beat. This kind of thing. A couple of things you can do to make this a bit more interesting or like more clean. So first thing you can do is basically, before you add the reverb to this, what we're going to do is reverse this first, and then we're going to add the reverb to it, kind of to get that more seamless transition, because we're going to reverse it again. And you can see this point in time here basically relates to the very first part of the beat. So if we bounce this in place here, we can now take this point in time and it kind of lines up with that first part. So if we bounce this, basically we just get kind of a smoother transition here. So we do this. And then this leads into a beat. A couple of other things we could do. Of course, we don't need to use reverb. We could also use something like delay or something. And we could automate that over the tail. So like the delay has kind of a pitch shifty sound or whatever. Bounce this out. And then we get these kind of rhythmic beats that go into the beat, stuff like that. So yeah, very simple idea, very popular sort of EDM technique, just creating a riser from a sound. This is especially interesting on tonal material, because of course the riser will kind of have the pitch of the note. So for example, you could do something like create a riser based on a note in a chord here that isn't in a chord here. So you kind of get that suspended sound that then resolves into the note where it suddenly makes sense harmonically, that kind of stuff. Various things you could do. You could of course add all sorts of effects to this, pitch shifting and so on and so on. Cheers.